Hi guys, welcome to today's live stream. Hope I'm kind of coming into focus. Today we are here talking about autism and unemployment. My special guest today is joining me. This is Rue Bennett. Oh, sorry. Didn't see your face was there already. Today, I just wanted to talk about an experience that I had today, which is concerning being an artist, being autistic, and being partially unemployed, sometimes or often, and also being self-employed. First of all, this is a very spontaneous video. I did not prep in the way I wanted to prep, because in the end things started taking longer than I thought they would, for example, to set this up. I was wondering how you guys are doing today. Please let me know in the comments. Also, let's adjust the colors again on this so we look even sweeter. Oh my god, that's very irritating. I think this one or this one? I think this one. Do you agree? Fine, good, because I agreed, and this is what we're going with now. Exciting news. I got squishmallows. If you have ADHD or just love squishing things, squishmallows are the ones. They're so squishy. They're very cute. I got this from just off Amazon. It's very sweet. It's like a banana that you can unpeel and then eat. Sorry guys, I knew I just bit in it, but it's so satisfying to bite in this and to just squish it and hold it and to just even sleep on it. Last night I slept on it. It was pretty cozy. And then when you're finished eating, you can close the banana again. And you squishmallow banana. You see that? When I unpacked this little squishmallow, also her name is Junie, Rue, who you just saw, my special guest, my little golden, looked very jealous. She looked at me and she knew it was not for her, it was only for me. But she was very jealous of this squishmallow. Okay, basically, today I went to an appointment because currently I am unemployed and kind of self-employed, but not in a way that the state of Austria recognizes me as a self-employed entrepreneur, not entrepreneur, but business. And today I had to go to an appointment which was about basically under 25 job coaching in Vienna. I'm gonna share the details on here because it is very useful to have those informations to where to go to. It's a place, no ad by the way, I just heard about them a few days ago and then went there today. And it's a place where they offer job coaching. It's called Book Job Coaching Plus, which is a place where they offer advice for people who are on the autism spectrum and for people with mental illness concerning any advice you need, any confusions you have about if you are looking for a job, or if you're in general just looking to get stable, or if you're like looking for something in between, and all kinds of things. And the guy I spoke to there was quite nice. I realized while talking to him that he found it very unrealistic to be an artist and make a living out of that. And I was like, dude, you have no idea. You don't know the internet. You don't know anything about. You're obviously not an artist. You've obviously never tried it long enough, so you know that it works. I'm surrounded by artists. I'm basically here. My community is basically a bunch of artists and a bunch of black queer artists, and that's how I survive in this weird country called Austria. And basically, he didn't find it very unrealistic, but he was saying that he asked me also if I did any education, but also I think that is, to be honest, at this point in time, a very outdated thing for certain professions to be asking people, especially as artists who work independently for mostly. If I was gonna say I want to be a doctor and you asked me about my education, I would get it. I would totally get it. But I do not need to go to film school to practice becoming a filmmaker or being a producer. First of all, I don't want to work in film in this traditional sense. Yes, if anything, be a director, cool. That's what I want. But I don't want to work on a set where you start in the very low in the hierarchy and then somehow get up higher and higher in how you basically in what your position is at the job, or you're someone high already and then they take you in because they're like, this is a renowned person, let's take her in. But excuse me, but for me, honestly, I just was like, no, I don't have any film education. I told them about my dance school education, like about my first year bachelor education. But besides that, it was just very, it was a good appointment, but it was also weird because it made me realize how basically not, like how he did not understand what I was trying to say to him at first, but then he kind of did. But I was basically trying to explain the issue of being PDA autistic, plus having ADHD, plus dyslexia, and basically the dynamics of it and the issue with, like, if there are any PDA autistics out there who are employed, please tell me how. Tell me how, tell me when, tell me how you got there, tell me what help you received or needed first to get to a place where you can work. Whether it's part-time, full-time, I don't think most people autistic people work full-time, to be honest. And also I started looking for some very interesting, got my laptop here, for some very updated information on basically ADHD and autism, but specifically the unemployment rates for autism. If you're on TikTok and you're autistic, you probably know, because these videos have been going out to so many people. You probably know that the rates of unemployed autistic people is very high, and that sadly, what a big disappointment. Hi, Rue. You wanna come here? Come. Come, really. Yeah, come. See, she always needs space, so she comes somewhere. Otherwise, she won't move. Hello. And here we are. Hello. My little special guest. And basically, back to the topic. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna put the statistics in the comments, so check them below. Once this live stream is over and you watch it later, you can see in the comments what exactly I'm talking about. But I've seen, if I remember correctly, the number of something was 80%. 80% of autistic people who are diagnosed, probably, because it's diagnosed autistic people. It's not it does not include most percentage of masked autistic people, I believe, and also not of anyone who is undiagnosed. But basically, that it's a quite high unemployment rate, and which sucks, because I'm like, the world needs to find more jobs, or also more support for people that can function in jobs that are, for example, more creative, or are, for example, curated around their special interests, or are, for example, built up in a way and give enough accommodations to accommodate people who are on the spectrum. And I personally think that, I don't know if the guy got what I was saying, but I basically explained him my issue with structure. And my issue is not per se with structure. I think it can be, because structure usually entails that there's a hierarchy and there's someone. Yeah, Ruli, she's so cute. Oh my god. She's making the sound. A Goku. Now she stopped because she doesn't like camera in her face. She does not. But basically, Rue is my favorite dog. That's not what I was saying. What I was saying, she's so soft. She's my little squishmallow after all. But I can't squish her. She's my petting mellow, my daughter. As I was saying, sorry guys, something threw me off. The difficult thing is the part where someone demands something of you. Because PDA, let me actually explain what PDA or autistic actually means, because many people, I didn't know that long ago. Not long ago I didn't know English, whatever. What it means. Oh, now she's laying down. Ah, Rue. She had this from outside in her toe. Oh my god. Are you alright? From a tree. Okay. And basically what that means is PDA stands for pathological demand avoidance, otherwise known, which is a term that most people do not subscribe to. A better way of describing it, in my opinion, is persistent drive for autonomy, PDA. Or today I heard an interesting one, which was persistent. I can't remember now. Sorry guys, I'm so bad with all of a sudden remembering something from the past. Unless it comes to my head, because that's how the ADHD brain likes to work, right? It's by free association that many people cannot follow if in certain situations. But I can, and I can follow other ADHDs, so I'm good. But guys, I think if you watch my live streams, you must be okay with me talking in a not so common fashion, because I never will, and live stream is where you see unedited me, which means there's always gonna be those weird blobs I have where I say random things and then all of a sudden talk about a whole different story and then all of a sudden come back again. But it's still hard for me to forgive myself for doing that, to be honest, because I still notice that I struggle with it, because and I am getting distracted. Sorry guys, I have a visitor, and my visitor is picking up something from the door and now trying not to laugh. Sorry. It's okay. And who's looking? What is our visitor doing? Our visitor is also Rue's visitor, yes. But basically guys, what really got to me today is, you know, when you have ADHD and you basically start a sentence and start saying words, but you have no idea what the following words are going to be. So you just said those words and then you try to find a story or words to make fit what you just said. That just happened to me. Because I just said what really got to me. I have no idea what I wanted to say after, but probably I wanted to say what really got to me is that at first he asked me bad questions about what job I want to do, and I said it. I answered him and I said I want to work self-employed as a filmmaker, as a YouTuber, as just an artist. Self-employed artist, period, and that's it. And excuse me guys, but for him, for some reason, he was then asking me, okay, but do you also want to have a loanarbeit on the side, which is basically another term for, yeah, the money that makes you bread, but not the job that you actually like doing. But what he did not understand is that I'm not in the slightest bit at all ever, in general, interested in doing just a bread job. I tried it. I wish I could do it. I wish I could force myself to do it for the times or amount of times or length that I need, so I do not have any financial struggles, and so I can just continue doing what I want and travel the world and edit videos and whatnot. But sadly, my brain, my entire being, starts burning when I want to do that, because that does not work for me, and it always ends in a bunch of meltdowns, in what I always called depressive episodes, but what might be actually be called autistic burnout. And my visitor left now. Sorry if you see this late visitor. Now I can finally focus. And basically, it's just been very, 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 very hard in a sense to get to a point where sorry guys, lost again what I was saying. But basically, that appointment today was useful because he did kind of clarified for me how as someone who's very experienced in trying to help people find out what they want, or trying to give people like ways and points, as the guy who saw me there does, to pinpoint people in the right direction of where they want to go, whether it's getting more stable, whether it's having the right amount of treatment, support, and care around you, and all those things. And let me open this because then we have more daylight. Nice. And I realized while he was talking that I am not a call from my therapist. She never knows me. That's ignored. And actually I just locked my phone by accident. But guys, I know you're still there. Such a messy live stream, but it doesn't matter because we're still here. Okay, and basically, wow, did you see all the hair of my dog flying around from stroking? Ew, you saw that? So much hair. Rue, why do you do so much hair? She's like, because I'm a dog and it's hot. And I'm like, okay, it's good. She's so cute, guys. I wish you could see her. Looking out of a little, I always call her watching TV when she looks out of the window. Yeah. And basically what was weird about the guy is, not about the guy, about what was weird that he said to me is that he kind of wanted to know what kind of job I want to do. That is a job that I am not passionate about, and that my soul and myself are not behind. And I'm like, there's no such job that I think I can do, not in the long run anyways. And then to recover from the damage that is done, of forcing myself to do something that really does not interest me. I never understood why that was such a big thing for me, but I think it's a very, very a very inherent thing in me, that first of all, I don't know, it's just something very profound in me that is like, no, I'll try to do it and I would like to be able to do it, but something in me always then manages to bring down meltdowns, breakdowns, and something a bit like burnout, I guess you could call it, that then stops me from doing what I wanted to do. Rudy, you wanna pause maybe, or can I help you? You wanna go there? Get there. No, she just wants to look out. Okay, then I sit here. Fine. And this doggy, huh? And what is she seeing up there? Ooh, a plane. She sees everything. And basically, I wanted to kiss her later, but then I remembered I want to wash her actually, so then I did not kiss her really. And yeah, long story short, today the appointment was quite exhausting. Oh no, I just got an SMS, my therapist is cancelling the session. Hopefully it's online. She just returned from holiday, guys. My therapist was gone for 4 weeks or longer. I was so mad, but I of course understand it. Everyone is holiday. Logically, I understand it. Emotionally, I was just angry because the last session did not end in a very peaceful manner before her holiday. Now everything is cool between us, right? But I hope she gets better. That should actually be my reaction. I don't know why I just had that reaction publicly. Very embarrassing. But basically, now my therapist is back, and I hope that she wrote that you can have the session online. Because guys, I go to therapy twice a week, which I'm so happy, so glad, and so privileged to be able to have in my life. Because to be honest, without my therapist, I don't know what I'd be doing. Like, in the sense of, I don't know where I would process my emotions. I don't know who I would talk things through. I don't know who I would uncover things from the now, from the future, and from the past with in a therapeutic way that actually helps me in my life, in the now and in the future, and constantly anyways. I don't know what else I would be like, how I would be doing it, because I do not think that just making art would be enough, because just art is not my therapist, and that's just how it is. Yeah, so basically I did not like the appointment. I liked the appointment, but also did not like it, because I discovered there is no such a thing. Can you reverse? Are you alright with reversing? Or you just want to stay there like a weirdo? Okay. No, she's still looking. Okay, still watching TV. But what I did not like about the appointment is that the way how there's a lack of resources for people on the autism spectrum and people with ADHD, to underline that, because that's an important aspect as well of what makes it hard to me to work in a coherent fashion, standard fashion kind of way. And maybe it's also just my artistic brain and my inner artist, as Julia Cameron, of the book I spoke recently about, The Artist Way, likes to call that part. Maybe that part of me is just like message, or like feeling that way very strongly, because otherwise I would not be reacting like that to doing ordinary jobs, even if it's just part-time. And that's why YouTube is perfect for me, and I'm very happy to be here, guys. What? Sorry. I don't know what's that. I think I need water. I drink like a child. I'm like, that's how I always drink. But basically, I find it quite hard to word how difficult it is, first of all, to find the right resources for you as an autistic person. Then also, I got diagnosed with autism very recently. I guess you guys know that, because since I post more on YouTube and share many parts of my life, especially my YouTube shorts, or also in my community posts, it hasn't been long for me since I've been diagnosed. So when the person asked me today at the event, was it an event? No, at the event. Sorry guys, I'm so confused today. I think I'm just very tired, and now I'm here masking and being all bubbly, although I'm just tired. That's what the title should actually be of the video. Tired, just masking, but actually too tired and not being able to follow one thought train because tired. But basically, that's also it, guys. Most important part of this video is coming right now, up right here and now. The most important bit of the video is what I just remembered, is what all the people said in the TikToks that I watched about autism and unemployment rates, and employment rates, and how basically there's TikToks of people asking autistic people out there on the internet, you're the ones who are employed, how do you do it? How the F do you do it? And and there's basically so many videos of people replying that they try to put it in a way of like of something that is close to the special interest or the special interest, or it's just a bread job. And almost everyone's answers, on the ones I saw at least, was we do it, but we don't. The people said that they use all the resources that they have at those jobs, all of them, and then all they can do at the end of the day is come home and fall into bed. That's it. And now some neurotypical people might be thinking, yeah, but that's what I do every day. I work like that every day. I would encourage anyone thinking that right now not to compare in that sense. And also, if you're an autistic person and you work well in the 40-hour job you're doing, that is cool too. That is cool too. People with lower support needs and higher support needs is all such a faceted topic, and so many like ranges of people's needs. First of all, this world is built for one size fits all. Who the F is this size, guys? Who the F is this size? The percentage of the people who is this size, okay, they are that size. And then there's this other half that is just, or quarter that is just pretending. And then there's the ones who try and make themselves fit but pay heavily with their health, with their sanity, with their physical, mental health, all of it. And then, yeah, there's many other versions as well. But what I found out is that the people said, we don't manage doing those jobs. We just do it for survival. But it actually costs us everything, and more than it would cost a neurotypical person. More than, I don't know what else to word as an example, say as an example. But to me, that's exactly the experience I had every time I tried to work in a standard fashion job. Was the experience I used up all my resources there, and my breakfast was crying for hours and my dinner was crying for hours. That's basically what my life was: crying, working, crying. And obviously I could not last in that state very long, because in a state of declining mental health and being literally then very close or in a mental health crisis at the end of the day, or at the end of the month of working there, or week, or whatever it is nothing sustainable. And my solution to all of this, stay with me guys, is, I'm not gonna tell you my business idea, right? But my solution to all of this is what I always knew that I wanted to do, always. And now I am trying to create a routine in my life that makes it possible for me as a PDA autistic to also actually keep that momentum and that consistency going, but in a way that works for me. First of all, that might also mean not being addicted to instant gratification. First of all, YouTube is the keyword here, and being an artist in general. For what was I saying? The word I was just saying. It's not consistency, it's instant gratification. I have to learn to not be as addicted to instant gratification, at least in the sense of YouTube, and when I live stream or when I don't, and when I post, specifically when I post, because for me it's like, oh, I'm posting something, okay, instant gratification, let's see what happens with it, let's see who sees it, let's see who likes it, let's see what they comment, let's just see. And it's the same for me on all my social medias, right? But what I actually want to get used to is scheduling, but also scheduling, not live streams, yes, but scheduling things like making a video and uploading it and scheduling it for later, or keeping like a reserved video, like every time I upload a video, for in case I can't be consistent in that week on that day, that I can publish it anyways, although I might not be functioning, although my mental health might not be in a state of, okay, I can film and edit the whole video now and then upload it. No. But basically, my personal long-term goal and plan for the issue that I am facing with unemployment, or only self-employment and single gigs and then sometimes employment, is that I need to do something that I am passionate about, because otherwise I can just forget it. I tried it, I'll try it again, but I tried it already. It never ended well, never. So basically, what I am doing is building routines, but also ones that are flexible, but flexible in the background. Like, for example, using the scheduling tools on social media, on Instagram, on YouTube, on wherever, for the times where I do not have energy to put myself out there, to mask, to pretend, to even just share anything with myself, to perceive anything from outside, to be perceived, then I can use those tools. But my goal is definitely to work as a filmmaker, yes, but most of all I want to be right now, and I don't like the word influencer, but a YouTuber on this platform who shares themselves and their lives and just their being authentically with you. Plus as doing a lot of commission work for friends who work in theatre and dance and so on, where I film their performances. Like, those are my solutions. My solution is basically, and the biggest drive, guys, the biggest drive is my special interest. My special interest that has been in my life since time. Sorry, I need water. Is mental health related. And my special interest of sharing my knowledge about mental health. Since I was 11 years old, I started learning so much about mental health and about mental illness specifically. I started with, first of all, wanting to understand a friend who was suffering. I had a friend in school who had depression, who was suffering from depression and anxiety and also OCD very severely, and then also eventually suicidal thoughts and ideation. And I wanted to know, how can I help this person? And that, but also before that, my special interest of mental health started. And basically my solution is using my special interest and giving it here onto the platform, sharing it with you guys, so we can all exchange as diagnosed and also undiagnosed autistics, that the standard health system of the information is supposed to supply us with and the help is supposed to offer us, it does not do it justice. It does not do it well enough that it actually works in a very efficient way that works for more than half of the people. So basically what I am doing is putting my special interest energy into this YouTube channel. That's what I want to do, but in ways that do not burn me out, in ways that do not frustrate me so much. So I do something so much, like edit a video for like 2 weeks straight, or not realistic, 1 month straight, very intensely, and then can not sit at my desk anymore for like the next 3 months. Like, that's what I want to avoid. I'm swallowing so much air, guys, I'm sorry. And I just got really excited because I love this idea of like having YouTube as my main source of income. And it's not even about far future that I'm thinking about right now. It's about now, like I'm ready. Universe, I'm ready. Like, YouTube can be my main source of income now. And I'm so ready. And for that, I obviously need to put the work in and share and publish. That's the biggest thing, publish, because I have so much footage on my hard drives, guys. It's enough for the next, I would say, 5-6 years to put out content a lot, many times a week. But because I like editing and like things in a very nice, specific way, it is also hard because there is not that much time in a day, and then also there is not that much capacity I always have to go back to something I've been editing, like a YouTube video. I have a really good one coming out recently, very soon, guys. It's about the topic of misdiagnosis. I think I mentioned it in another video. Now it's really in the end rounds. It's coming to a finish now. It's gonna be published this week. Yes, not even probably this week, in the week of the 2nd of October 2023. I need to breathe. And basically, I am very, well, my dog is going to listen to the door, and I am very excited to share that with you, because in that video there's a lot of information on how to get the appropriate help, or on how to be more likely to receive the help you actually need. When it comes to mental health, when it comes to autism, ADHD diagnosis, all those topics, right? And what I really want to share with you now in this live stream is a topic that is also very close to my heart, which I also, is kind of a message to myself also, that I realized today. Which is, come closer guys, come closer. It's very emotional now. And I have to not laugh because I always laugh in various situations. It's just an issue. It's not an issue, it's just something that happens. Now I'm gonna laugh while saying it, but I mean it seriously. I mean it very seriously, guys. It is okay that you're disabled. It is okay to be disabled. It is okay not to function, and it's okay that you're not working. It is actually okay. Like, all of this is a show anyways. All of this is a weird ass film series show going on out there. And it's full of lies, it's full of illusions, and it's full of hidden truths as well. And your purpose in this life is, I wrote down a very nice quote yesterday by Savannah Brown. And let me get it for 1 second. 1 second, please. And the quote is, I'm back guys, so quickly. When I watched Savannah Brown's video on, it's called I'm Not an Alien, I'm Actually Autistic. Love that title, love that title. And the quote goes as the following. But sometimes one finds that one's darkest secrets are actually just common, well-documented symptoms. And then the actual one I want to read now, second quote, is what is life but an endless series of answers to questions you haven't even thought to ask yourself yet. Which is so beautiful. I think that sums it up very well of yeah, but basically in general, the whole thing about everyone has to work and the pressure, why I had this appointment in the first place, because of the pressure that the job center IMS is putting on me, is basically, like, in the first place, is like, again, this message that I'm getting constantly, non-stop, from all around me anyways. And I am a very disciplined person, but when you cannot function, you cannot function. When you cannot function in certain ways, you cannot function in certain ways. Like, it's actually fucking ableist that they try to force everyone to fit into this thing, although it's so unrealistic. It's so unrealistic, and it drives me so mad. So mad. It drives me mad. It actually drives me so mad, because it's just really effing ableist, and I do not understand why. Like, why it is like, I understand why it is like that, yes, because capitalism, blah blah blah. Excuses, excuses, excuses. People don't want to improve. Yes, that's the truth. I get it. Fine. But I really, 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 really wish that I could even, like, I'm telling myself now, and I'm also telling you. I'm telling both of us, I noticed. It's okay not to function. It's okay that you're disabled. It's okay that you struggle so much that you're scared of studying because of all the reading and writing and sitting you'd have to do. It is okay that you're an amazing, unique brain and person who is misunderstood in many ways, and who is not accepted in even more ways. And you really need to relax. This is like a trauma processing exercise that my mom taught me. Like, when we speak about something hard or traumatic, it's good to do this movement. Her therapist taught her that. I want to do somatic therapy, guys, at some point. I think it might be very useful. Also, a nice little affirmation also for anyone neurodivergent listening out there. It's okay to not fit in. It's okay Sorry, now this is distracting me so much I can't think anymore. Stop. Hi Rue, are you coming? Tap, 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 tap. Are you coming to us? Come to us? Yeah. Come. Let's see. Yeah. Mouse is super. My baby. So much hair. It is okay that I went to that appointment today and was not fully understood. It is okay that I do not really want to work a job that does not fulfill me and makes me miserable and sick. It is completely valid, in fact. It is okay that I am not... I'm very independent, but it is okay not to be sufficient in all the ways that others make you think you should be. I am grateful for what I have, and I'm very grateful for the support I got and all the love I have. And give and receive and all of that. But most of all, I really, really, really want myself and my inner child to understand that it is okay to be disabled. It is okay, even if you try your hardest, some things are not gonna work and never gonna work for you, and that is okay. It is a harsh truth, and I often think it might be so much easier if I could just work such and such jobs for so and so long and just switch my brain off and then turn it back on when I'm at home, but sadly it does not work at all. At all. But I just wish I truly, within myself, within my entire being, understood that it's okay and that I am not bad, lazy, wrong, stupid, or not trying hard enough for not being able to do that. Because that's the messages I'm receiving on a daily basis from that I internalized myself, first of all, from the outside world and all those years being on this planet, from what I hear from my surroundings, from how the caseworker at the place where I was today looked at me. I just truly want myself and also all the able-bodied and neurotypical people to understand that it is okay and it is normal not to function in certain ways that you think are the standard and everyone has to do that. Not everyone can do that. I have to tell all the neurotypicals and all the neurodivergent people, including myself, not everyone can do that. It's not realistic, and it's never gonna be. Not everyone can function in the same one-box standard ways. Not everyone is going to be fulfilled in those ways or be able to switch off after they come back from work. Some people ran out their entire life energy battery during their work shift that they come home and have minus energy, which in my case comes out as meltdowns, severe crying for a long time. And it's not a bit of crying tears, it's like heavy weeping. My meltdowns are heavy weeping, loud, painful, can't breathe properly, and it can last for over half an hour, and sometimes the only way I can get out of it is truly by taking the medication. Not sometimes, most of the time. And then the worst part of it, but that's for another video, guys, or another live stream, is that I try to, when I was undiagnosed, I was treated for borderline personality disorder and did a lot of treatment, and I was good at it. Because I can be good at people telling me things that I should do and doing them, but it never actually, it did not give me a holistic look at myself at all, and it did not help me in the ways, because autism is nothing, it's not an illness, and it's nothing you can cure. It's a disability, period. Blank, period, blank, period. And I just wish that also in all those treatments I had for BPD, I wish that they gave more of that loving aspect towards the people that go there for treatment. Because to me, honestly, the treatment gave me the feeling I am too sensitive, I am inherently wrong, I feel too much. I am too much. Everything is too much. I need to tone it down. I need to regulate more. I need to try harder and do more and more so I am less of a burden for the world. That was a slam poem, guys. Applause, applause. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And that's honestly how I feel and felt there, though. And there's still this notion within me that is like, you need to do this more, use more skills, do more DBT, do more this. No. First of all, DBT as a therapy is not really, it was for me in certain times, and it did teach me certain things and approaches and perspectives, which is nice because now I know certain patterns and perspectives and how I can use what sometimes. But then there's a difference in when my emotions are so dysregulated ADHD wise, or also when I'm just having a meltdown. Not just when I'm having a meltdown. There's something not much you can do. Like sometimes actually you need to do literally nothing. You need to do nothing. And I just wish that the person at the job center there gave me an actual support and help of where I can go to as an autistic person. I have some addresses already. I have one appointment at a place, but tomorrow I want to call this other place called Autistenhilfe in Vienna, because oops, that came out. It's from my granny. I'm happy it came out here, not outside, so I still have it. Because Autistenhilfe, because I honestly believe I can live because I don't think my purpose in life should be how do you survive. No, I honestly think disabled people should have all the access to money, all the access so you can live a good, nice and healthy life, because it's not, guess what, it's not your fault that you're disabled. It's nothing, no one. Also, when people are mentally ill, it's not their fault. It's no one is choosing anything. It's simply something that is. It is something that is. And some things change and some things change a bit, but are still the same thing. And don't have to change also. Many things don't have to change. And I just wish that the governments understood that more and provided appropriate care and support for people. Because guess what? You could have a so much more happy, productive society and even save money economically on such and such treatments if you provided proper care to people in the first place. If you didn't have insanely stupid regulations in the first place. And that, I'm speaking here to governments worldwide. No one is exempt. No one and nothing is exempt. I'm speaking about the whole world, because look at the state of this world. Look at it. It's a mess. It's a mess. Long speech. But the actual message at the end of the video, that should be at the beginning, is please take care of yourself. The institutions, the society, maybe even your parents, maybe even that little inner critique in the back of your head or in the front of your head. You don't have to listen. That's a stupid answer. But the thing is, they are telling lies. They're telling many lies and asking demands that are not realistic and not just to you as a person and what you deserve and the love and care you deserve to give yourself, receive from the outside, and also the knowledge you can share with others. It's not doing it just. And I got my autism diagnosis and understand many more things about myself now, and my family and friends do too, and partner, but it's gonna be a long process. But I'm really struggling to still, cope with the feelings of, I know nothing's wrong with me, I know I'm not wrong, in this core of myself, I know it, but everyone and everything keeps telling me it, but in very weird ways, and it's like, everybody, you don't know what you're talking about, leave me alone. Bye guys, see you next live stream.